You're listening to BYU-Idaho Radio. I'm Nathan Lenahan, and today I'm here with Dahlia from the band Dahlia Dahlia. Dahlia, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much for letting me be here.
Yeah, of course. So we know you have a show coming up, but before we get into that, we'd just like to get a little background on yourself. So would you just give us a brief explanation on who you are?
Sure. My name is Dahlia. I'm the lead singer and guitarist of my band. We've been going for about a year now. We've been fortunate enough to play at Treefort Music Fest last year. We're playing again this year at the end of next month. We played in Utah, Eastern and Western Idaho, and in Washington. We've played a couple Battle of the Bands, won a couple of them, which is awesome. So yeah.
That's pretty fun. And how long have you been into music and been doing it?
I have been, this is my second band ever. I was in a band before this one in high school. And that was a really good learning opportunity, helping me kind of know what to do when I started my own band. But I've been writing music since I was about 9. I was trained classically, singing vocally, and but now I sing contemporary, obviously, with the band.
Of course.
And I've been playing guitar since middle school, but I've been seriously practicing for the last 2 years.
So what was it that got you started on music? Was it that vocal training, or was there anything before that?
I've always just made up jingles, I guess. I remember when I was little, I used to like hold up different products in my mom's bathroom and make a song about it, and then she would laugh. And anyway, and so I've always just done it. It's been a really great way for me to express and work through things, kind of like my way of journaling.
Right.
So I don't know. I've always just done it, I guess.
Yeah, of course. And what would you say some of your musical inspirations are?
Well, this last year, I fiercely got into Radiohead. So I guess they're one of my main influences now. I love them like so much. I'm like obsessed. But I also love the Marias. They're a contemporary band. They're kind of like psych dream pop, I guess. I love Matt Maltese. I've always listened to Biba Doobie. Claro's great. I also love shoegaze dream pop like Cocteau Twins, Slow Dive, My Bloody Valentine. I also love the Sundays, Jeff Buckley, because who doesn't? I don't know, just bands like that, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like you have a nice variety. And so you said you play guitar and you sing. Do you play any other instruments?
I do. I was trained like first on piano before guitar, but I haven't really practiced piano. Like I've been practicing guitar, so I've kind of lost some of it, but I can still play piano for the purposes of writing music, like chords and stuff, but I struggle to read sheet music now, so.
Yeah, I can understand that. But you don't play piano in any of your songs?
Well, actually, we're debuting a new song, and I'm going to be playing keys on that one. So.
Oh, wow. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Is this the first one you'll be doing that on?
Yes, for my band.
Wow. And so on that event, could you tell us about a bit about this event that's coming up and what day it's on and everything?
Yeah, for sure. So my band, we're 1 year old. Last Sunday was February 15th, and exactly a year ago on February 15th, we had our very first show. So today at FizzRiz, we're having our 1 year anniversary show. So it's going to be our birthday party show. And it's going to be super, super fun. There's going to be a custom mocktail for the night that Joe from FizzRiz has been cooking up for us. We're going to decorate it like a birthday party. We're joined by Track Club and the Caddies, 2 other great local bands. It's going to be an awesome lineup, an awesome night. We're going to have new merch and new songs, like I mentioned. And yeah, it's just going to be a great time. This is kind of our last show here for a while because next month we're playing in Treefort Music Fest in Boise. We're playing on March 28th at the Shrine Basement. And then after that, we're going to be recording our album. So this is kind of like the last show that we're going to be playing here in Rexburg for a while. So we're going to try to make it a big event, you know?
Right. And so you said it sounds like you've traveled around and done shows and performances a decent amount. How often, I guess, before this kind of halt in shows around Rexburg. How often would you do shows around Rexburg?
So a year ago when we had our first show, it felt like we just hit the ground and never stopped running. I feel like for 8 months straight, we were playing multiple shows a month, at least 2 shows a month. And it was just like crazy. I was so busy. And then we started talking about recording an album when fall semester came around. And so we still played like 1 or 2 shows a month, but mainly just one, and kind of locked in on our parts. And that's a continuation of that. Something that's kind of funny about being at college is like our keys player took last semester off, and now this semester our bass player is taking the semester off. And so it's kind of been a little bit of a slower process to lock in on all our parts.
Right.
But yeah, so we used to play shows all the time, but now it's settling down. It's really going to settle down. I'm going to record and mix the album with Jared Goodpaster in Boise at Up Is Louder Studios. So I'm not going to be here, so taking a halt on the shows.
Taking a bit of a break. And how many other people are in your band?
So there's 3 other members. Charlie Orton is on drums.
Yeah, I know him.
We call him Fuzz. Shout out Fuzz. And then Timothy Galbraith is on keys, Tim. And then Cade Christopherson is on bass. So, and then, yeah.
Nice. And how did you all meet and get together and make this band?
So Fuzz, Tim, and I all went to high school together, actually. So Fuzz has always been a great drummer, and him and Tim were 2 grades older than me. But Fuzz's sister, Tess, and I have always been really good friends. So when Fuzz was serving his mission, Tess and I got super, super close, and our families got really close and everything. And then when he came back, it was kind of funny because like Tess and I were just hanging out all the time, and then he came back, and I know all of his siblings, but I didn't know him, obviously, because he was gone for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And so when he came back, I was like, wait, oh yeah, this guy. And then I came to college last winter, 2025. And then I wasn't really planning on going to college, but I figured if I'm going to go to college, then I'm going to start my band. And Tim had just gone off his mission, so that was his first semester back. And Fuzz and Tim have always been best friends. And so I talked to Fuzz about starting a band, and then he was like, yeah, I can help you out. And then he asked Tim, and then that's how the 3 of us got started. And then in spring, I met Cade. He was in my religion class. So, and then I was like, hey, you want to play with us? He was like, sure. That's
way cool. So how would you describe the music scene here in Rexburg, having, being here and playing shows, and there are other bands that you know about? How is it?
The music scene here is surprisingly good. When I decided to come here, I was like, okay, what kind of music is there? But there's a lot of great bands. There's actually a really big screamo and metal scene here, particularly with the high school bands, which I would have never guessed. But originally when we started, we had a guitarist also with us named Carson, and Carson made it like his personal mission to turn Rexburg from a metal scene to an indie scene, and I think that his vision is really coming to life. He doesn't go to school here anymore, but there are a lot more indie bands within the last 8 months or so.
Right, I seem to see a lot of those. That seems to be at least the prominent genre that I see, not being involved with the music scene though. So
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, those bands are great. You know what I mean? It's just when I came here, I really did not expect Rexburg to have such a hardcore scene, but there really is. And there you go. So it's a good time.
Nice. And so you're playing at FizRiz. Have you played there before, and do you play there often?
So we played there about 2 weeks ago. We played Battle of the Bands, and we won, which was awesome. But that was our first time playing there. But I've wanted to play there for a long time. I really love how it's so close to campus. And I think it's just a really cool atmosphere. And I know Joe, the owner, tries his best to make it like a really safe place for everyone, which I appreciate. So yeah, I'm really excited to have our birthday party there. They're so down to decorate it and just go to the nines, which is awesome. And it's a great space to decorate. So, yeah.
Right. And just looking towards the future, what goals do you have and aspirations for Dahlia Dahlia?
Recording the album is like number one in my mind. I think because we released one song so far. I recorded that with Jared Goodpaster back in Boise before I came to college. I used to work at a place called Boise Rock School, and he's like the co-founder of Boise Rock School, and I taught kids how to play in rock bands, and he would just record me for free after my shifts. So that's how 50 Years came about. I wrote that song when I was 14, and it was just begging to be recorded. Like, I would always sing that around Boise, and it was just begging to be recorded. And so I released that last August, and it has like 13,000 streams, I think, near 14,000, which is really cool. I haven't done hardly any marketing at it. I could always do better with marketing, but it's tough being a college student and working and all those things. But somebody's listening, and I'm really glad that they are.
Of course.
But that one's much more singer-songwriter. Like I said, I recorded that before I had the band. And so I think we've been able to do a lot of really amazing things and build up a great community, only having one song out that's not really our sound. So recording this album and getting the essence of Dahlia Dahlia, the supersonic rockers, I think that's definitely number one in my mind. And being able to market it well, do releases along the way. Yeah, that's my big goal for this year.
That's great. And in closing, just is there anything that you would want the community and listeners to know?
I'm so grateful for the support, genuinely. Like, I know people say that, but it's crazy. Like, people, like, come to the shows, like, the same people. Like, one time, this girl said that she walked an hour to come to our show when we played out the hangar because, like, she didn't have a ride, but she couldn't miss it. So her and her friend, like, walked an hour, which is, like, crazy. And, it's been amazing to see the support. And, like, I really hope to grow the community. I love seeing, it's, like, weird to call them, like, my fans because I feel like that's, like, a weird thing to say because, I don't know, they kind of just feel like an extension of Dahlia Dahlia in a way. Like, they help make up Dahlia Dahlia. But, like, it's just so cool. It's awesome to have the support and to build a community. I really want my music to let people know that they're not alone. Especially, like, with the human experience, with everything. Like, on a religious note, like, I'm Christian. I believe in Jesus. Like, he is my Savior, Lord, and King. But I don't write Christian rock. And so I've always been like, how can I do this? You know what I mean? Because, like, I want to praise his name, but Dahlia Dahlia is not Christian rock. We're alt rock, power pop. We call it supersonic rock. But I think that the way that I'm able to, like, praise his name is to let people know that they're not alone, that they have support, to validate the human experience with whatever that means, whether it's, like, feeling angry or happy or joyous, because those are very real emotions, and it's hard to feel those alone. And so I just really want people to know that, like, they're not alone and they have a home with us. And I love seeing them. So I hope to see all you guys today at FizzRiz. It's going to be awesome. This is going to be the last show for a while, like I said. So I would love to see all of you there. It's going to be a birthday party. So dress up and come ready to party. And it's going to be a rockin' supersonic good time.
That's great. Dahlia, thank you so much for coming in today and sharing all this with us.
Thank you for having me.